यस माय डियर स्टूडेंट, कैसे हैं आप सब? आई होप एवरीवन इज डूइंग एक्सेप्शनली वेल। आज आपका ग्रुप 1 का पेपर खत्म हो चुका है एंड आई नो you all have done exceptionally well in all your exam. Now, today in this video, we are going to discuss the MCQs आंसर की for CA फाइनल फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग पेपर। हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं जो भी आपका फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग पेपर आया था उसमें MCQ के सारे आंसर की विद एक्सप्लेनेशन। बिफोर आई स्टार्ट, आई जस्ट वांट टू इन्फॉर्म यू दैट ऑलरेडी वो सारे मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन जिसमें आपको रीजनिंग या हिंट का जरूरत था, दैट आई हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन इन अ सेपरेट पीडीएफ विद ऑल द आंसर कीज with the explanation of the particular answer. This PDF you can download from my Telegram channel. The link of the Telegram channel is given in the description of this video. और एक बात मैं बताना चाहता हूं, I just want to inform you that there are two multiple choice question in which from my point of view the option whatever is given was not proper. Means मेरे point of view से कुछ और option होना चाहिए but उसमें कुछ और ऑप्शन दिया हुआ है. However, we can take the best answer on some assumption. Now, whether you will be given grace marks on that I don't know. For that, तो clarification required from ICAI. हाँ, दो MCQs ऐसे हैं जिसमें from my point of view whatever option is given that is not up to the mark. कौन से MCQs है उसे हम डिस्कस कर लेंगे. Don't worry about that. One by one, let us take each multiple choice question. Okay sir, can we start? But before we start, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe this channel and do like this video and share this video with all your friends. चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. तो फर्स्ट with point number 1, this was a question of professional ethical duties of a chartered accountant. मेरे ख्याल से बड़ा simple cut question था. It was a simple question in which the correct option will be option number C. Of course, can I say in this question confidentiality का तो बात ही नहीं आएगा. There is no point of confidentiality because the chartered accountant has compromised with integrity क्योंकि वो honest नहीं है in their dealing, and of course objectivity because he is under the influence of directors, and of course can I say he is not maintaining professional competence and due care. तो option number C will be correct. ओके सर, इसमें तो कोई डाउट नहीं है. कमिंग टू पॉइंट नंबर 2, इट वाज अ गुड क्वेश्चन. हो सकता है कि इफ यू हैव नॉट डन इंड AS 101 प्रॉपर्ली तो यू माइट बी कंफ्यूज, बट विद ऑप्शन आई थिंक यू हैव डन करेक्ट. इन दिस मोहन लिमिटेड के पास एक सब्सिडियरी था एज पर इंड AS which was actually not classified as subsidiaries or joint venture associate as per accounting standard previous gap. Got this point? And now as per Ind AS 101, the Mohan Limited has availed the exemption of not restating the business combination on retrospective basis. तो in that case क्या करना है वो इस particular question में पूछा गया है. तो as per option if will come to the statement, उन्होंने 4 statement दिए. पहले statement क्या है कि no adjustment is made as the investment in the convertible debt इंस्ट्रूमेंट और रोहन लिमिटेड वे मेड बिफोर द ट्रांजिशन डेट. बकवास पॉइंट है. पॉइंट नंबर 2, द एसेट्स एंड लायबिलिटी ऑफ द सब्सिडियरी वुड बी इंक्लूडेड इन द ओपनिंग कंसोलिडेटेड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट एट सच वैल्यू एज शुड अपीयर इन द सेपरेट फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट ऑफ सब्सिडियरी कंपनी इफ इट वेयर टू अडॉप्ट इंड AS ऑन द सेम ट्रांजिशन डेट ऑफ मोहन लिमिटेड. ये करेक्ट है. ये 100% पॉइंट नंबर 2 इज करेक्ट. द सब्सिडियरी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट प्रिपेयर्ड एज इफ इट वाज ए फर्स्ट टाइम अडॉप्टेड इंड AS. तो हम सब्सिडियरी का फाइनेंशियल स्टेट बनाएंगे ऐसे मान लेंगे कि वो भी FTA ऑन द सेम डेट ऑफ ट्रांजिशन एज द पेरेंट कंपनी. तो ऑप्शन नंबर 3 भी करेक्ट है. द बिजनेस कॉम्बिनेशन शुड बी रीस्टेटेड रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली. ये तो ऑप्शनल एग्जाम्पशन है, वो तो FTA डिसाइड करेगा कि उसको रीस्टेट करना है कि नहीं करना है. तो पॉइंट नंबर 4 इज ऑल्सो नॉट करेक्ट. तो कौन सा ऑप्शन करेक्ट हुआ? ऑप्शन नंबर C इज करेक्ट. स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड स्टेटमेंट 2 इज करेक्ट. ओके सर. पॉइंट नंबर 3 में आते हैं. इट इज अ क्वेश्चन जहां पर आपको NCI कैलकुलेट करना था, नॉन कंट्रोलिंग इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करना था ऑन द डेट ऑफ कंसोलिडेशन. ऑन द डेट ऑफ कंसोलिडेशन फ्रॉम माय पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू इन दिस व्हाटएवर ऑप्शन हैज बीन गिवन दैट इज नॉट करेक्ट. मींस मेरे हिसाब से कोई ऑप्शन अलग आ रहा है जो कि ऑप्शन दिया ही नहीं गया है. चले देखते हैं क्या लिखा हुआ क्वेश्चन, पहले समझते हैं व्हाट द क्वेश्चन दे हैव गिवन। जेब्रा लिमिटेड hold 80% stake of issued equity share capital of Camel Limited and 25% issued irredeemable preference shares. Means equity share capital में non controlling interest कितना हुआ 20% and irredeemable preference shares because it will be classified as equity, then in that non controlling interest will be what 75% that is not held by parent company. This acquisition was made on 1st October 2024. 1st October 2024, it means there will be some time adjustment. There are some pre-acquisition profit, there are some post-acquisition profit. Okay. Issued equity and preference share capital of Camel Limited as on 31st March 2025 is 30 crore and 9 crore. They have given, correct? So they have given the closing balance. If nothing has been given about equity share and preference share, we'll assume the opening balance and closing balance are same. And the closing balance of retained earning as on 31st March 2025 is 60 crore. I have said in the class, whenever the information about opening retained earning is not given, we'll always assume it is nil. It means this 60 crore is entirely the profit of current year. Profit of current year means which year? That is 24-25. Yes, sir. All the book value of assets and liability are same as their fair value except for a fixed asset having a life of 6 years as on the date of acquisition of control. Means there is some fair value adjustment for PP. The carrying amount of fixed asset is given 6 crore on the date of acquisition and the fair value was 9 crore. They have given the carrying amount and the fair value on the date of acquisition they have given. It means there is a fair value gain of 3 crore. Fair value gain of 3 crore. This should be included on the date of acquisition. The fixed asset is depreciated on SLM basis. Therefore, during post acquisition period, हमें कुछ additional depreciation भी calculate करना पड़ेगा. Additional depreciation will be 3 crore into 1/6. For 6 months, 6 by 12. How much it is coming? 3 divided by 6 into 6 divided by 12. That is 0.25. This will be the additional depreciation during the 6 month of post acquisition period. Correct? Based on the aforesaid information, compute NCI in the Camel Limited in the CFS of Zebra Limited. Of course, they want you to calculate NCI on the date of consolidation. You need to undertake adjustment of depreciation of fixed assets arising due to its fair valuation. Of course, we will take, even though you are not saying, we will take correct now. Now, what the option has been given, you can see, but let's see what the correct solution will be. Can you see we always prepare on the date of acquisition, on date of consolidation and post acquisition period? Correct. So you can see equity share capital we have 30 crore and on the assumption that there is no changes in the equity share capital 30 crore, it will be 30 crore. Okay. Retained earning closing balance they have given 60 crore. Closing balance they have given 60 crore. So what will assume opening balance is nil. Therefore the 60 become the entire profit of the 12 month, out of which 6 month will be pre and 6 month will be post. So 30 will be pre and 30 will be post. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. So this will be 60 on the date of acquisition, 30 is the post acquisition profit, and 90 will be on the date of consolidation. Now we'll do fair value adjustment, and fair value adjustment they have given 3 crore. So 3 crore will add on the date of acquisition, and for that additional depreciation will deducted from post acquisition profit. So 0.25 deducted from the post acquisition profit already we calculated. So this becomes 63 on the date of acquisition. This become 29.75 post acquisition profit, and this become 92.75. So of course, can you say 92.75 into how much will do, because we have taken on equity share capital and retained earning that belong to equity shareholders. So we'll do 20% to 20% is coming 18.55. 18.55. Understood? But can you say there is some preference share capital also that is also classified as equity, and therefore the NCI share on that will be 75%. So it is what 9 crore into 75%. You can see 6.75 on the date of consolidation, and if you total it, it is coming how much? 18.55 plus 6.75, that is coming 25.30. The correct option is 25.30, but this option is not visible in the option whatever is given in the question. ये option है ही नहीं, चेक कीजिए, ये option है ही नहीं यहाँ पर. एक्चुअली क्या हुआ है मेरे ख्याल से उन्होंने जब सोल्यूशन बनाया, दे हैव नॉट कंसीडर दिस 3 करोड़. आई थिंक दे हैव फॉरगेट टू टेक दिस इनटू कंसीडरेशन फ्रॉम माय पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. करेक्ट. मींस अगर आप चेक करो 92.75 से अगर माइनस कर दो 3, करेक्ट, तो दैट विल बी 20%. हाउ मच? दैट इज 17.95 प्लस 6.75 कितना हुआ? आंसर आया 24.70. मीन्स फ्रॉम देयर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू द आंसर इज 24.70. मीन्स अगर आप बेस्ट ऑप्शन चूज करो, means if they want to take based on some assumption, but what assumption you will take? Because of course we'll do fair value adjustment on the date of acquisition. We always take fair value of net asset. So of course the assumption whatever you are taking for 24.70, that is not correct assumption. So from my point of view, whatever option has been given, that is not correct option. The correct option will be 25.30, which is missing in the option given by ICAI. Best option if you want to choose, so that is 24.70. From my point of view, if suppose you have left it, whether the grace marks will be given, will not be given, that will be decided by ICAI. I am not the right person to decide about that. Got this point? From my point of view, ask me, option is missing. Option is missing. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Then coming to next point, case scenario is given. Then let us come directly to the MCQs then, because all the questions you know. So coming to point number 4, how would the loan be classified in the financial of the company for the year ended 31st March 2005? They have given some loan with a breach, with some breach. I think this was the question. A loan agreement with the bank. The loan is repayable in 5 equal installments starting from 31st March 2007. One of the loan covenant, means there was some condition, is that amount equivalent to 50% loan amount should be contributed by the promoter by 28 Feb. But before 28 Feb, they approached the bank and on 15 Jan 2005 and got the compliance that extended to 31st May. It means, can I say, if the compliance that is extended from 28 Feb to 31st May, there is no breach of contract on 31st March, and therefore it will not be classified as current liability. It will remain what? Non-current liability only. Therefore the correct option will be what? The correct option is what? Non-current financial liability. Option number B is correct. Option number B is correct. Okay, sir. I think in this everyone have done correct. Then point number 5, how the transaction to purchase silver be classified a major in the books of Hans Limited as on 31st March 2025, assuming that the own use assumption does not apply. So it is a question of derivative. I think with the question, once you have read the case scenario, you have understood the question of derivative, and in this, can I say fixed to fixed test is not satisfied? F to F test is not satisfied. Therefore, can I say it will be classified derivative liability, and therefore it will be measured FBTPL. If F to F test is satisfied, then can I say it will not be measured FBTPL? Then there is no subsequent measurement for whatever the consideration has been received. So in this case, the best option is what? Derivative financial liability measured FBTPL. I think chalega. In this also, from my point of view, you have not done mistake, because derivative financial liability cannot be measured FBTOCL. This is not a correct option. The contract does not fall within the scope of Ind AS 109. This is also not correct, because derivative will fall under the scope of Ind AS 109. Correct? Yes, sir. Equity measured fair value on the date of transaction. If it F to F test is satisfied, then equity measured fair value on the date of transaction. Only on the date of transaction. Subsequently, no subsequent measurement, but F to F test is not satisfied. Therefore, it becomes derivative financial liability measured FBTPL. Okay, sir. Coming to next question, point number 6, how the acquisition of Amino Limited be accounted for in the books of Hans Limited? Question has been given where we need to identify whether the group of asset acquired is a asset acquisition or business acquisition. If you remember, under Ind AS 103, they have given one concentration test. What concentration test says that if substantially fair value of gross asset acquired is concentrated in a single identifiable asset, a group of identifiable asset, and the test is satisfied, then it will be an asset acquisition. Otherwise, we need to apply the general guidelines. Okay, so if you apply that concentration test, because that concentration test is optional, वो optional है, तो अगर एंटिटी उसको अप्लाई करती है, चेक करते हैं whether the concentration test is satisfied or not. You can see this is point number 6. This was the question. The PC, it paid 600 lakh in cash. So what is the cash payment? 600 lakh. 600 lakh is the cash payment, and the issued 1 lakh equity shares of the face value of 100 is at a fair value of 185. It become 185 lakhs. It becomes 785, and the fair value of said property, means there are 3 investment properties, and fair value of 3 investment properties 700 lakh. If you do 700 divided by 785, it is coming how much? 700 divided by 785, it is approximately, I will say, 89.17%. So we can say it is substantially, the fair value of gross asset acquired is concentrated in a single identifiable asset or group of similar identifiable asset, and therefore from my point of view, if the concentration test is applied, that will be satisfied, and therefore it will be an asset acquisition. Suppose entity do not want to apply concentration test. Okay sir? Yes sir. Then you can see in this question they have given the administrative of M&O Limited lease was carried out by an executive of his former parent company on a part-time basis, but the said executive does not transfer to the new owner, means the employee was not transferred. It gives an indication that whatever process that is not substantive, so that will also give an indication that it is a asset acquisition, not a business acquisition, and therefore the correct option क्या होना चाहिए? Option number C होना चाहिए as an asset purchase. Okay sir, no doubt. I think most of you have given asset purchase only. Point number 7, what will be the amount of share-based payment to be recognized in the statement of PL for the financial year 24-25? मेरे ख्याल से इसमें भी जो ऑप्शन दिया है that is not correct from my point of view. However, I'll just give you the best option, and from my point of view, most of the student has given the best option only. But let us first read the question. What is the question they have given? Question is what? On 1st September 2004. No, this is not a question. As per the company policies on 1st April 2020, Hans Limited granted 15,000 share option each to each of its 3,000 key employee. Okay, the option are due to vest on 31st March 2007, means 4 years, provided the employee remain in employment as at 31st March 2026, means the service condition is only for 3 years. Service condition is for 3 years. It means, can you say EB expense need to be recognized in 3 years only, and therefore the vesting service condition, vesting period will be 3 years, not 4 years. From my point of view, what the answer means, what the option, if I check, let's see. First, let me explain you. Then they have given on 1st April 2023, the directors of Hans Limited estimated that 80% of key employee would satisfy the vesting condition. This information is not relevant because this information is given on grant date. However, actual employee turnover was such that this estimate was revised to 82% at the end of first year and 92% at the end of second. This information become relevant. On 1st April 2020, the fair value of each share option was estimated 3. Can you say, because nothing has been given about cash settled share-based payment, therefore it will be equity settled only. By our own, we can assume it is cash settlement. Means any fair value of option at the end of each year, that is not a relevant information. The estimate was revised to this 4. This is not relevant. This 5, this is not relevant. Hans Limited correctly recognized this transaction in the financial statement for the year ended 31st March 2024, but however the company did not make additional adjustment in the financial statement for the year ended 31st March 2025, means they have not done any adjustment for the second year. Now from my point of view, what the option? There is no option given. Why? Because, can you say, the service condition is only for 3 years, and therefore the EB expense, the option expense should be recognized in that 3 years, and therefore for the first year it will be 3,000. 82% employee will leave estimated, multiply by 15,000 into 3. Why 3? Because the fair value of option will take on grant date, into 1 by 3. This will be the first year expense. Then we'll do revised reassessment to 3,000 into 92% into 15,000 into 3. This will not be revised, into 2 by 3. This will come 8 crore 28 lakh. The difference will be 4 crore 59 lakh. So from my point of view, the answer is 4 crore 59 lakh, but such option is not there. When I have just recalculated it, so what I have found that they have done based on 1 by 4 and 2 by 4. Now why they have done 1 by 4, 2 by 4, that too we need to ask ICAI. And from my point of view, most of the student has taken 1 by 4 and 2 by 4, and their answer is coming 3 crore 44 lakh 25,000. If you have given this answer is correct as per option whatever is given by ICAI. But any student who are conceptually strong, they might have struggled in this particular question. So from my point of view, there is no option. Best option, if you ask me, best option is option number C. Option number C means what? 3 crore 44 lakh 25,000. Means if I am a student, I will be smart enough to understand it is 1 by 4, 2 by 4, and therefore the best option is C, and most of the students have taken this. Now whether any student who have not attempted this because they are not finding any option whether the grace marks will be given or not given, that will be decided by ICAI, not by me. I am not the right person to decide about the grace mark. Understood? Yes sir. So these two questions from my two questions already I said, which from my point of view, whatever option has been given, that is not correct. That is my analysis. Okay sir. Yes sir. Coming to next point, this the option number C. For this option number C, already we said best option is option number C. Okay sir. Coming to, what will be the amount of provision of fine for illegal use of automotive accessories? The correct option is option number C, that is 6 lakh. In this, the students are confused about the capital expenditure. Will you create any expenditure, any provision for capital expenditure? No, that is a future course of action, that is based on future event. So therefore we never create any provision for capital expenditure. Got this point? I think students are confused about that and they have done some mistake in this from my point of view. Okay sir, you can see this was the question. There was a legal obligation to undertake modification to his automotive accessories to enable reduction of harmful emission. The modification should have been completed by 31st Jan 2025 and they have not completed by the end of 31st March 2025. So how many months? It means 2 month penalty, 2 month penalty. It is 3 lakh per month. So 2 month penalty becomes 6 lakh and therefore we should create a provision for 6 lakh. Understood? However, we should not create any provision for any capital expenditure because that is based on the future conduct of business or that is based on future event. Okay sir. So best option is, I hope you have understood this point, that is option number C. Chalega? Yes sir. Coming next point, what will be the finance cost of convertible loan note issued by Hans Limited for the year ended 31st March 2025? This was super easy. I think in this no one has done mistake. The option, the process receipt is given 10 lakh in the question, 10 lakh. First we'll find out the fair value of liability component, that will be the fair value of interest component and the principal component, because it was optionally convertible, therefore principal component will be initially classified liability. So contractual rate of interest कितना दिया हुआ, how much contractual rate of interest, that is 6 lakh 6% of 10 lakh is 60,000. So 60,000, of course you can find out the present value annuity factor at a rate of 9% for 3 years. Then 10 lakh का भी आप निकाल सकते हो present value factor. Then find out fair value liability component discounted by using market rate of interest, that is 9,23,860 and the balancing figure will be equity component, that is not required for the solution. फाइनेंस कॉस्ट निकालना है आपको, तो फाइनेंस कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट करेंगे बेस्ड ऑन EIR because transaction cost is not given, therefore market rate of interest will be EIR. So 9% of 9,23,860 will be 83147. Approximately it is 83150. Therefore the option number C is correct. Okay sir. Coming to case scenario number 3. Let us come to the MCQs. The cost of the software on initial recognition using the principle of Ind AS 38. It is very simple. The option number C is correct. Question पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं, मैं आंसर में आ जाता हूँ. The cash payment is 1 lakh. There is one deferred payment after 1 year that will be discounted by using the rate of interest given, that is 2,20,000 at a rate of 10% discounting किए तो 2 लाख आ जाएगा because that is deferred payment. Then purchase tax will be added, entry tax will be added, but because it is recoverable, it is not a part of cost price. तो उसको आप ऐड मत कीजिएगा. लीगल फी को आप ऐड कीजिएगा 42,000, तो आपका आंसर आ जाएगा 3,66,000. The answer will be 3,66,000. Option number, which one is 3 lakh? Option number C is correct. Then coming to 11, unamortized processing fee of old loan. In this one case scenario has been given where there was one old loan which has been liquidated by taking a new loan. Correct? Now can you say जो old loan का transaction cost था, that is already included in calculating the effective rate of interest. Means whenever an old loan is derecognized, what we do? We find out the carrying amount of that old loan, then we'll compare with the fair value of consideration paid and the difference will be transferred to PL. Correct now. It means any unamortized processing fee of the old loan will be charged to profit and loss account. That will be charged to profit and loss account. Any settlement gain and loss of any liability will be transferred to profit and loss account. So it will be charged to statement of profit and loss. This is only correct. The other option is not at all correct. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Then point number 12, it was a question of reclassification of PP to investment property. Two statement has been given. Somya Limited should reclassify the lease building from PP to investment property in the financial year 2024-25. This is correct. A change in the classification of building from PP to investment property to change in purpose for which it is held by the is not a change in accounting policy, but they have given it is a change in accounting policy. Therefore, I will say both in this option number C will be correct. One is true, but two is false. One is true, but two is false. Okay, sir. Then coming to next point. How much revenue be recognized in the books of Somya Limited for the machinery sold on 1st June 2024 as per Ind AS 115? I think here also some of the students might have done mistake if they have not understood the Ind AS 115 correctly. Of course, you can see on 1st June what they have given. Somya Limited sold a machinery for this amount to a new customer. To get into the long-term relationship with the customer, the terms of sales include after-sales service to be provided free of cost. Means को free of cost में दे दिया गया. Correct. It means the transaction price is 42 lakh 2,230 for the two performance obligation. There are two performance obligation. One is sale of machinery, sale. Second is after-sale service. फिर आपको क्वेश्चन में दिया इन जनरल प्रैक्टिस द कंपनी सेल्स the after sales service contract separately which is purchased by the customer after initial warranty period of 1 year is 7,41,570. Correct ना. इसका मतलब standalone selling price of machinery is 42,02,230 and the standalone selling price of after sales service is 7,41,570. अब आपको इस रेशियो में जो भी ट्रांजेक्शन प्राइसेस को आपको एलोकेट करना है. Most of the student I think what they have done 42,02,230 से 7,41,570 माइनस करके जो अमाउंट बचा उसका रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्नाइज के लिए वो गलत है. That is not correct. That is not correct. So what is the correct calculation for this? First आपको देखना है there are two performance obligation, sale of machinery after sale service. इसका standalone selling price आपको क्वेश्चन में दिया हुआ है. The transaction price is this 42,02,230. इसको आप allocate करोगे इस रेशियो में तो ये दोनों अमाउंट होगा. क्योंकि इसका कंट्रोल ट्रांसफर हो चुका है तो इसका आप रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्नाइज कर लोगे. बट दिस विल बी प्रोवाइडेड आफ्टर 1 year. Therefore the revenue for the after sale service will be recognized after 1 year over the period. Therefore the revenue for the current year will be 35,71,896. This is the correct option. So option number, which option is correct? Option number D is correct. Option number D is correct. Okay sir. Coming to 14. The value of closing inventory of computer paper as on 31st March 2020. Similar question we have in ICAI study material, but then also student might have done mistake if they have not understood or read the question carefully. Okay, correct. So in this question we need to find out cost price and NRB. So cost price of 5,000 into 340 that is given, that is 70 lakh. And the NRB, there are two type of inventory. One for which we have a firm contract, and for that they have given the selling price 380 minus 20. So for 2760 we'll take the NRB at 360, and for balance will take fair estimation given by the management, that is 280 minus 20. Therefore NRB will be 15,76,000. We'll take cost price NRB which is lower, therefore the answer is 15,76,000. Okay sir. Yes sir. The last, coming to 15, in this there is one question they have given about agriculture produce biological acid. The purchase of dog by Somya Limited will not fall under the scope of India's 4100%, correct, because dog was purchased for security purpose. It is not related to agriculture activity. So option number 1 is correct. Assertion number 1 is correct. Reasoning what they have given, India's 41 applies to agriculture produce at the time of harvest, not prior or subsequent to harvest. This is also correct statement. This is also correct statement. Means you can't say the statement is false. Statement is also correct. But this reasoning is not for point number 1. Reasoning explanation is not correct. So both option 1 and 2 are true, but 2 is not a correct explanation of 1. So option number A is correct. Option number A is correct. Understood? You can see both statement is true. You can't say reasoning is, the statement is false. You can't say statement is correct, but reason given for assertion is not correct. Therefore both 1 and 2 are true, but 2 is not the correct explanation of 1. I hope you have understood the entire explanation. Now आपको ये बताना है मुझे कि how much you are expecting in this particular MCQs paper, और अगर आपको लगता है कि आपके हिसाब से आंसर कुछ अलग होना चाहिए, just inform me by way of message in the comment box. I'll just try to give my reasoning on that behalf. Okay sir. हाँ, दो जो MCQ से क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 एंड क्वेश्चन नंबर 7, उसमें अब ICAI का व्यू पॉइंट क्या वो मुझे नहीं पता, बट फ्रॉम माय पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू वट एवर ऑप्शन गिवन दैट इज नॉट करेक्ट ऑप्शन. बेस्ट ऑप्शन मैंने आपको बता दिया. मेरे ख्याल से यू हैव आल्सो टेकन द बेस्ट ऑप्शन, और अगर आपने बेस्ट ऑप्शन लिया है तो आपको मार्क्स मिलेगा. नाउ क्वेश्चन arises that कि अगर there are some students who have not understood that question because the option was missing, तो उनको मार्क्स मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, that will be decided by ICAI. I am not the right person to decide about that. Let us wait for ICAI viewpoint on that. Let us wait for the ICAI suggested answer. Then we can give more, we can do more discussion on that particular question. Understood? मेरे ख्याल से whatever you have done, आपने अपना बेस्ट किया होगा. Now अगर आपका ग्रुप 1 पेपर खत्म हो चुका है, इफ यू आर नॉट राइटिंग ग्रुप 2, एंजॉय योर पीरियड. हाँ, इफ यू आर राइटिंग ग्रुप 2 नाउ, you should concentrate, you should focus on group 2. All the best for your exam, and if you are writing your group 2 in the next attempt, all the best for your exam preparation. Bye bye, love you all.